this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we are here for another one of our mass making sessions, and we are up to week number 203, but we are doing a 10-week what I'm calling mass making extra time. So we're week 3 of the extra time on the mass making sessions. So these are 10 different pieces to things that we have made in previous mass makings. So we've never done a mass making of any of the things that are going on in this 10 weeks. So what are we making today? We are making some little round kind of pockets that I saw on Rach and Bella Crafts channel. I will try and remember to link that below. I am pretty rubbish at remembering, so if for any reason that I haven't, please do nudge me in the comments and I will, of course, you know, link it retrospectively. Sorry, couldn't say that word. So what are we going to need? I have got a saucer here. This is going to be my template to get my circles, because they are of course circular pockets. You can use anything you like. This I think for me is quite a good size. So what size are we looking at here? Let me just check. This is approximately 7 inches. So 7 inches by 7 inches. Like I say, this is a great size for my journals. Obviously, if you know, make smaller journals or massive journals or anything, then you may want to adjust the size of your circle. And you may have, who knows, a circle cutter of some kind. I don't, so I'm going to use a saucer. So I've got my saucer for obviously making my circles. I've got a pencil, obviously, to draw around my circle. I have got my scissors. I've got my glue. This is Anita's tacky glue. This is my go-to glue really for when gluing paper pieces. I've got my glue spreader, which I just use, you know, an old sort of card of some sort. And I'm going to use my scissor handles for doing the pressing down. Obviously, if you use or like to use a bone folder, that would be fine too. And then my paper, I am using, it's thicker than copy paper, but it's not the very thick paper that I like to use. This is about 100, well, it is 120 GSM. So it's a kind of in-betweeny paper size. Okay, so mine are printables, and I say this every week. I'm using printables because that's what I predominantly have most of this, you know, these days. But you can use whatever you like. So if you use, you know, scrapbook paper, then use that. I wouldn't probably choose to use the very thick scrapbook. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, I can't talk today. I'm coming out in a cold and it's just kind of affecting my ability to speak very clearly. I wouldn't probably use very thick scrapbooking paper, only because your pieces may get a little bit bulky. But anything else is fine. If you want to use book page or, you know, sheet music or anything, I'm sure that would be fine too. I'm so sorry, I've now just had to stop to sneeze. So it's going to be a stop-start video, I'm afraid. So, and again, so yeah, it's going to be stop-start, I'm afraid. Right, so how do we make these? Okay, what you're going to need to do is first of all cut out your circle. Now also I must quickly mention, some of my papers are double-sided and some of them are single-sided. Not that I can see any single-sided pieces now, or perhaps I only, oh no, yeah, some are single-sided. Now obviously you are going to see the insides of these pockets, so I may line the inside or maybe coffee dye, we shall see. So I'm going to start by just using a double-sided piece, and then we'll kind of, you know, experiment or play around, you know, once we get into the video. So I'm going to just draw around my circle. Now, I am very shockingly bad at cutting out circles, so this is where I will probably regret this as a choice for a video, to be honest. This paper that I'm using, this side is from the Pink Ladies kit, and this side is from the Purple Rain kit. So I'm just going to cut around my circle as best I can. Now, obviously, if you don't make a great job of cutting out your circle, which, you know, let's be truthful, I never really do, you can probably adjust it once you folded your pocket in. So, you know, don't get too kind of stressed. It doesn't have to be quite perfect. Okay, so that's my circle. Now, all you're going to do is you're going to fold your piece up at the bottom. Now, you want to decide which way round do you want to have your pocket, you know, if it's double-sided. So for me, I think I'm going to have it this way. So I'm going to fold my bottom up. Now, because I don't measure or anything, I'm just going to kind of like, you know, judge by eye how high I want that coming up. I would say that's, I don't know, maybe just over a quarter. So maybe like a third, maybe kind of like a third has come up. Then you're going to fold your sides in just a little bit like that. So you're going to start with one side, and then again, for me, judge by eye, to fold my other side in. Now this is a bit tricky because really I could do with looking down on this, but obviously because I'm filming, I don't want to get my head in the camera. So I can't really see brilliantly whether this is level. It would be much easier if I could look directly down on there. I mean, it's not too bad. Maybe it needs to come in just fractionally more. Okay, so that looks reasonably good. And then I'm just going to squish my folds down. So this is where you may like to use your bone folder. And then I'm going to open this out like this. And then on my not cut lines, my fold lines, I'm going to just cut like that up to the folds. Okay, so like that. So then what I've got is I've got my centerpiece there that I can fold in, and my sides, and then this just tucks really neatly underneath and around the back. Okay, and then I'm going to glue it all together. Now I don't think I even need to really glue this section down, because of course it's going to be held into place by my, you know, these pieces. So all I'm going to actually do is bring these bits in, take my glue, like that, and like that, fold my pocket back over, and then these can just fold up at the back there, like that. Okay, so oops. Now I also always have like a dried wipe or tissue or something like that on the table that I like to just mop my glue with. So just squish it down like that. If you've got a little bit of a, you know, overhang here like I have, you can just obviously go in and trim that up now. Obviously be careful because you could end up cutting your pocket, but you know, just if it needs tidying up. So then what you've got is obviously your pocket at the back, and then you've got this section here, which is of course another pocket. And when you glue this down on the page, of course, you know, depending on how you glue it down, you could either have like another top loading pocket here at the back, or you know, you could glue it down on the three sides and have it as a side pocket. So you've got various different options to how you know, how you could use it. And that's literally all there is to them. So aren't they just gorgeous? They're just so pretty, aren't they? Okay, so let's try making another one, and this time we'll make one that we're going to line the inside. So if I just pull in one of my not double-sided papers, so this is from my pale lace collection in the blues and blues and greens. So just again, get my saucer. I did initially, you know, when I was trying these out, I mean, sometimes I come on blind and haven't actually tried the thing I'm making, but luckily I had tried one before the video, just because I was trying to find the thing that was going to be the right size for my circle. And I tried the lid of something, you know, one of my storage tubs, and actually it was nowhere near big enough. So yeah, you may want to kind of experiment around with the size that you like. For me, this saucer, which like I say was about 7 inches, that was a perfect size, you know, for the types of journals that I like to make. So just cut around in here. Okey-dokey. And I do apologise, I realise this is pretty tedious watching me cut out the circles, but of course that is the nature of these mass making sessions, is, you know, we're just mass making a bulk bunch of stuff. And if I cut out half the process, it's not really, you know, the mass making concept, is it? So, you know, I'm just going to carry on. So you've got your circle. Obviously the inside is not double-sided, so it's plain looking. Again, folded this up roughly a third, maybe this one's slightly less. I'm, you know, not going to get too bogged down with that. And then you just fold your sides in like that. And this one, again, this is not really very easy when you can't see. So yeah, might need a little bit of tweaking and adjustment here. Because basically you're wanting your two flaps to, you know, be sort of the same-ish size. And you obviously want your, you know, your two bits here to be level. So your pocket's not kind of wonky or anything like that. So I'm just going to squish this down like that. And then I'm just going to open it out. And again, just cut my portions here. Like that. Okay. Now to line this, I think what I'm going to do, what I would find easiest is probably just to now take this and then cut it down. So I'm just going to line this with, you know, the same paper that the actual, you know, the main pocket is made from. And obviously, you know, it's your choice how you do it. I'm just going to cut it down here. And then I'm going to go in and cut my side down. Like that. Keep this, obviously, because who knows, I may want to use that for something else. Or, you know, maybe just some collage or something later on. But yeah, certainly wouldn't want to waste it and throw it away. So I haven't made a very good job of cutting this. I just need to take it in, whoops, fractionally more. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is apply my glue directly to the back section. So not this piece, but this piece here. Okay, so going right the way around, and then mainly focusing here on this top, you know, circle or semicircle kind of shape. And then I'm going to put my piece down like that. Okay, glue that down. Just check my sides fold in nicely. Take my glue spreader, spread my glue around like that. Okay. Like that. And then turn this over, and of course then I can trim around my rounded top. So just trimming that down like that. Okay, so then when I take this in, take this one up, take my sides in, okay, and then just glue down here like that. Okay, smoosh my glue down on that one like that. Okay, press that down like that. And then here, weirdly, seems to be always on this side. I just had a little bit of trimming up to do. So again, you've got your pocket here, and then you've got your, you know, front pocket here, like that. And obviously what's nice about this is it's now reinforced here because it's, you know, double paper thickness. So for me personally, I feel more comfortable about the rigidity of that as a pocket. Okay, so put that to one side. So I think what we'll do now, you know, obviously you don't probably need showing again because they're pretty straightforward. We will just relax into this and do some mass making. And when I say that, I'm talking kind of assembly line style in the pockets, you know, which is just, yeah, what the mass making is all about, so that we can be as efficient as possible doing all of our stages in the same place or in the same order, you know, like a factory assembly line, to just get a whole bunch of pieces done and ready to put in our journals. So I'm just going to literally take my pieces and draw all the circles in one stage, and then all my cutting, all my folding, all my gluing, that kind of thing. So yeah, let's just kind of relax into it now and have a catch up and have a nice time. So I hope that everybody has had a good start to their week. If you watch my channel, you'll know that I generally film these on a Monday to go up for you guys on the Tuesday. So for me, my week has literally only just started. I will tell you the papers that I'm using as I kind of go back through and use them, because I do know that, you know, lots of you do request that I make it known what papers I'm using. So yeah, I will come back to, you know, to telling you which papers I've used. Yeah, so how's my week been? So, well, it has turned absolutely freezing. I mean, yeah, when I say freezing, I'm just going to put this to one side because I might use this to line more the inside, I think. When I say freezing, I use that term very loosely. I really feel the cold. So, you know, what I class as freezing is probably not what half of you would class as freezing. But yeah, it's very cold. But to give you an idea, I think it's gone down to like 3 degrees, you know, first thing in the morning. So, you know, that is, I mean, let's face it, that's quite close to freezing, isn't it? So, yeah, it is pretty cold. And it's just quite shocking because we'd had suddenly this unseasonably warm spell. So having had like an absolutely rubbish summer, we had this really lovely, not summery weather as such, but, you know, definitely quite warm weather, which was really nice. And that's how it was, I think, last week when I was filming. I'm not going to do that one either, actually. Yeah, so this has suddenly sort of come out of nowhere, and it's like, oh my goodness, it's now really, really cold. So yeah, I have got my heater on here in my room. I've got a jumper on. I've got my big thick cardigan on, and I've also got a scarf on, would you believe? I mean, it's probably not that cold, but my house does get very, very, very cold, I have to say. So yeah, I'm freezing. And yeah, it's just, well, shocking how cold it suddenly has turned. So I hope we're not going to be in for a very cold winter, but who knows? You know, who knows, to be honest. So apart from that, what else have I been up to? Well, I am trying still to be keeping up with my, you know, keeping busy and, you know, getting out and about a bit more. So what have I been doing this week? Well, I'm trying to think which days now. I think it was on Friday evening. I went out for a drink with my sister. So yeah, we went out for a drink. I don't drink, and I've talked about this before. So yeah, when I say a drink, I mean, I'm not going to use that one because actually kind of misprinted these by mistake, and I don't think these papers necessarily complement one another, so I'm not going to use that one. So I'm just going to get cutting all of my circles out now. This is my invoice headers printables, and this side is from my autumn blush, which was my autumn kit from last year. Yeah, so I don't drink, so when I say we went out for a drink, you know, I just had like a pineapple juice, but you know, that's fine. I don't like drinking, so you know, that's fine. So yeah, that was Friday night. Then Saturday, so Natalie came round and did some work with me on Saturday day, and then we drove over to where my son's boyfriend lives, and I was kind of showing him his flat, which is absolutely gorgeous. He's just recently moved there and he's decorated it, and he's just got the most amazing taste. So yeah, I wanted to really show Natalie how gorgeous his flat was, because it's kind of like one of those places that now you're like, oh, I would like to live here. It's just lovely. So yeah, he's just done it beautifully and just got this amazing taste. So yeah, we drove over there with the children, and we got them a like KFC on the way, you know, because they'd obviously been sort of bored while we were working all morning. So yeah, we got them a KFC, and then we went across. His flat is near like some shops and restaurants and bars and things like that. I don't know really what you'd call those places, but I suppose like some sort of leisure type complex. I don't know really what you'd describe them as, but anyway, he's got this great location. So yeah, we then walked across with him, you know, my son, his friend, and then, you know, the kids, and I also had Bo the dog with me as well. So yeah, we went across and we just had a coffee. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm keep having to stop the video because of my cold. I mean, I feel fine. I'd just like to say I do feel fine, but yeah, I'm just quite sniffly and sneezing quite a bit. So yeah, anyway, we drove over there, had a look around his flat, and then we went across for a coffee. And then a friend of mine, you know, from the gym, he had been out and we'd already kind of said, oh, should we like meet up and hang out on Saturday night? Because he also is trying to, you know, keep himself busy and get out and about. So yeah, so he was on his way back from somewhere, so he said, oh well, shall I just stop over there and meet up with you guys? So yeah, my son and his friend very kindly looked after the children and the dog. So yeah, my sister and I, we went out for another evening. We weren't out very long or anything like that, but it was just really nice to, yeah, I mean, we felt like we'd had a whale of a time. We were like, wow, we have been out all weekend, you know, because obviously we don't normally go out really at all. So to have been out 2 nights on the trot, you know, albeit quite early nights. I mean, we were home by like, you know, 9:30. It was still nice to have gone out. So yeah, we had a good time. And then yesterday, it was a gorgeous, bright, sunny day, absolutely beautiful, but freezing, really, really, really cold. So I just did some work in the morning, and then we did the sausage dog walks. And I know I've talked about these loads of times, but yeah, these sausage dog walks, which are really like super fun. So it's a lady who actually is a niece of one of my friends from the gym, but she's advertising these sausage dog walks on Facebook. So I mean, actually I probably would have got to hear about them anyway, even if I didn't know this chap and his wife. You know, I would have got to hear about them anyway, I think, because they're, you know, they come up on Facebook kind of thing. So she's been running them for a few months now, maybe like 6 months or something. They have such a good turnout. And I was saying to her yesterday, you know, actually word is spreading far and wide now, because I've bumped into people, you know, not at the beach but elsewhere kind of thing, who, when I'm out walking Bo, you know, and they've got a sausage dog, and they stop and chat, and they always say things like, you know, oh, have you ever been on the sausage dog walks? And actually often they haven't been, you know, the people I'm speaking to haven't been, but they've heard about them, and that's why they've said to me, you know, have I been? And so each time I've kind of said, oh yeah, I do go on them, you know, they're brilliant, you should come. So yeah, they're a good turnout. I mean, again, I think there were about 40 sausage dogs yesterday, which, I mean, how cool is that? And Bo has obviously a lovely, lovely time. She absolutely loves it at the beach. And yeah, she has such a nice time. Now, I have to say, she does kind of get a little bit anxious a couple of times, because obviously it's quite full on with all those dogs. And obviously to each dog, there's normally, you know, 2 people. There might sometimes even be 3 or 4, you know, if it's like a couple with their couple of children. So there's a lot of people and a lot of dogs. So, you know, she sometimes gets a bit nervy and a bit anxious if she can't see me or anything. But on the whole, she tends to walk right beside me and kind of like stay glued to me. So yeah, you know, but yeah, she had a lovely time. So yeah, my car is all covered in sand yet again. But you know, and my older son, he actually came on the walk with me as well. So, I mean, he is coming up for 21. So, I mean, of course, he doesn't really come out with me very often anymore. You know, so yeah, I mean, he's obviously busy with his life now. So, you know, often don't really see much of him. But yeah, he was obviously a loose end on Sunday. So he actually came out for the sausage walk as well, which was really, really lovely. And then my sister came, so obviously with her 2 dogs, and obviously we had my daughter and my sister had her son. And then even my mum and dad popped along. Now, they haven't got a sausage dog or anything. But yeah, they came along because we had said, oh, you know, we're going on the sausage walk, why don't you come? And so they also came along. So yeah, it was really, really, really nice. And I mean, it was just like at 3:30 in the afternoon. We were back in the car by like 5 o'clock. But yeah, very, very nice thing to do, and forces you to get out and about, doesn't it? You know, which otherwise it's easy to kind of not bother, isn't it? You know, or just take Bo for a very short walk or something like that. So yeah, anyways, that was good. So yet again, felt like, wow, haven't we had a great weekend? We've been out all the time. But I mean, actually, in reality, you know, we'd still kind of like done quite a bit of work and all of that kind of stuff, but actually also tied it in by managing to feel like we'd been out quite a bit. So yeah, it was a good weekend. Now, what have I been watching? Now, last week, I think I did mention that I'd started watching something called, did I say it was called Wilderness? I think it was called Wilderness. I can't remember for sure, but anyway, I think I'd watched a couple of episodes of it. So I finished that now. That was quite good. That was on Amazon Prime. So yeah, that was quite good. And I'm still watching that thing, The Morning Show, which is on Apple TV. I'm really far into it now. I think I'm on season 3, which is the final season. I don't know whether there would be more seasons coming out in the future, but it's the last season that's available at the moment. And that's the one with Jenfer Aniston and, oh gosh, again, I can't remember the guy's name. This happened last week and I couldn't remember his name, and now it's happened again. Oh, honestly, I'd forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. Anyway, the guy from, oh, what was that called? Not Evan Almighty. What was the other one? Oh gosh, what was it? Yeah, Evan Almighty. Yeah, the guy from that. Anyway, he's in loads of things. So yes, that's the one with him and Jenfer Aniston, and Reese Witherspoon. So yeah, I'm still quite enjoying that, and yeah, it's good, and it's great because there's so many episodes, because I love it when I don't really have to think at all about what to watch. I can just chuck things on. That's really, really good, you know. So yeah, that's been good fun. Oh, now need to think about this, because these are going to be, oh, they're going to be upside down regardless. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Yes, I've not planned this very well, have I? Oh well. Oh, there's no way that I'm going to get those hot air balloons. Oh, I'm going to have to do it like this, and then I think I'm going to have to line the middle, you know, the inside with some other paper, because otherwise it's writing, which I don't mind some things being upside down, but writing, of course, that's very weird, isn't it, to have writing upside down? It's very obvious. Okay. That's that one. Right, so this is my pink lace from my pale lace collection. I know this one's not particularly pale, but this is one of the brighter papers in that pale lace collection. This is the steampunk, the brown steampunk collection, and this is of course from the invoice headers again. This paper here, this is from the French blue collection, and then this inside is from the Pink Ladies. Okay, right, just deciding again which way up I want to have this. So yeah, I think like that. Okie dokie. Now I'm sure something just occurred to me that I thought, oh, I must mention. Now it's completely disappeared. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who placed an order on my restock video recently. So that was really, really kind of you. So I do really appreciate everybody's support, you know, with placing orders and things. So Natalie will be posting those orders out later on this week, hopefully. So I think I put the restock video up on Saturday. I know, I was just going to quickly show you. So I finally completed my Halloween kit. I haven't had time to do a video yet, but these are just a little sneak peek of a couple of the papers. And I did mention that I try and do them so that they're going to tie in with previous years. So hopefully these would cross over with some of the previous years. Now this one is called, is it called the Gaulish Gatto? I think the Gaulish Gatto kit, I think. So it's very much a kind of haunted patisserie kind of theme. So lots of cakes and things with like haunted kind of images and some skeletons and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, this one's probably my favourite page from the kit. So I just picked some of my favourite pages to come along and show you, but I had such a lovely time creating this. Unfortunately, I'm not sure I'm going to get time to actually make something with it. I will see whether I do, but yeah, I've had such a good time making it. Really a lot of fun. This is my butterflies collection papers. So yeah, the I think it is the Ghoulish Gattos collection, and that's obviously available on my Etsy shop. So if you were looking for a Halloween kit and just fancied something a bit different, then that is, you know, I think quite a different kit for Halloween. So very well, just it's actually really pretty. Like, you know, it's quite a pretty kit, but you know, obviously lots of blood splatters and all of that kind of stuff, and spiders and things, but we've got these gorgeous cakes and things like that as well. So yeah, really pretty kit, to be honest. Oh, I'm so sorry, I just had to stop the video again to blow my nose again. So yeah, it's very irritating. Right, let me just see. Just trying to work out how to get this. Probably do it like that, maybe. Yeah, do it like that, I think. So this is from my large birdhouse kit, and this is my, I think this is the rich damask papers. But I mean, actually they look really quite pretty together, don't they? So there we go. Oh, my daughter's gone on a school trip today. So yeah, she's gone to, it's a kind of museum. It's like a Roman type museum. And it's in the local area. So it's, I don't know, probably like a mile from her school or something. And of course, you know, everywhere's trying to cut back on costs, aren't they? So the school have, you know, suggested that obviously the kids will walk there, and then it, you know, really keeps the cost down of the school trip. Oh, my daughter was so put out. We're going on that school trip. We've got to walk there, Mum. I said, well, that's okay. It's not really too far, is it? But she couldn't believe it. She's horrified. I know I have said this before, but yeah, she's pretty lazy. She hates walking or anything like that. So yeah, she was most put out at the thought of having to actually walk. You know, she's like, what? We've got to walk on the school trip? Plus, I think, you know, when you go on a school trip, half of the excitement actually is the whole going on the coach and all of that stuff, isn't it? So yeah, she's most put out. Oh, we've got to walk, you know. So, well, I'm sure that's fine. It's not too far. And it's half term already next week. I mean, honestly, the time just flies by so quickly. And I feel like she's only just gone back from the summer holidays, and already she's now, you know, going to be on half term. I don't know what I've done with this, but I've not made a very good job of folding this. So this is my Myrtle Cottage papers, and the, I think this is the pale damask. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. They've made a very bad job, but I can adjust that when I cut into it. So these ones I'm going to probably just put to one side, although, oh no, I will do these. They look so pretty that I'm like, oh, I don't really want to not see them when they're folded up, because they just look so pretty. So this is the Butterfly Musings, this side, and then it's with the pale damask on this side, which again, don't they look gorgeous together? You know, they just really look pretty, don't they? Okay. Okay. This is also the butterfly musings, I think. I think. Just wondering which way up to do it. Okay. Oh, actually, I might do it this way up this time. And again, it's with the pale damask. So I'm going to do it the reverse of the other one. So we've got the damask as the, you know, the main side. Okay. Just go in a bit more. I don't know what's going on with my folding, but it's not looking so neat. But to be honest, what could be affecting it is maybe I've not cut the circles very well, to be honest. But again, you know, it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, like here in the inside, I can see that this is a bit wonky. I mean, if that really bothers me, I could always trim this down a little bit. You know, but like with all these things, I mean, is anyone really going to be examining, you know, how accurately cut my pieces are? Probably not, if I'm truthful. So, yeah. Right, I've got that same situation going on where, again, I'm going to have upside down stuff somewhere, which is really annoying. I'm going to have to do it this way, and then I'm probably going to have to do that lining the inside, just because, again, it's being text. It's very obvious when things are upside down. You know, it looks rubbish. So, yeah, I'm going to have to do the lining, I think. So, okay. There we go. Yeah, I will line the inside. So this is the Autumn Blush papers. And again, the inside is those invoice headers kit. So now I'm going to just squish all of my pieces down with my scissor handles and do my cutting. And then what I'll probably do is line all of the pieces that need to be lined. And then we'll glue them all together sort of after that. So let's just squish all of these down. I've totally lost track now of how long I've been filming for, because of course I've had to stop so many times to actually sneeze or blow my nose or, you know, any of that stuff. But yeah, I've got no clue now how long I've been filming for, so I do apologise. This will probably be like the longest video on the planet. We shall have to see how long it goes on for, but I do apologise if it ends up really, really long. It's just because I've obviously now, you know, lost all track of how long I've been filming. Bo is laying down beside me in her bed. Sorry about that. That was about the 50th time I've had to actually blow my nose again. So yes, I do apologise. Right, okay, let's line these with our other papers. So just going to, yeah, fold this down. Actually, I might even do it this way around. Yep. Okay. There we go. Oops. I'm just going to slide these into each pocket so as I don't forget, you know, what I'm putting with what. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's those brown steampunks with the French blue. Looks very pretty together, doesn't it? Let's just see whether that French blue is going to look good with any of these. It's the type of thing that, you know, like if I'm too adventurous with my choice, when it comes to actually then using them, I'll be like, oh no, you know, I was a bit too adventurous and now I'm not thinking it goes with anything. So yeah, whilst I'm all for, you know, being adventurous, it's like, oh, you can't be too adventurous because then you're just going to end up with things that you don't actually want to use. So yeah, I have to kind of like rein it in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that heat is still going and I've still got my jumper, my cardigan, my scarf, all of that gubbins on. So even with my little, you know, cheap fan heater thing going, it's still not really getting much, or I'm not getting much warmer. I'm not saying it's not getting much warmer. I'm sure probably the house is, but I just really do feel the cold. You know, some people are just people who feel the cold, aren't they? And yeah, I'm just one of those people. So I'm actually just thinking, because I seem to have cut this quite narrow. Oh well. Oh well, we'll just have to have it in there. I have cut it a bit small, but it's all fine. It will all be fine once it's being used. Okay. There we go. Okay. Right. Oops, hold on, sorry about this a second, hang on. Sorry, that was my phone. It's just going to be one of those days, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry. Right, okay. Take that down there. Right. Okay, right, now I'm probably really like beginning to run out of time now, because I feel like I must have been filming for hours. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fill this piece in just to sort of, you know, demonstrate this one. Oops. Oh, sorry, now I've got big blobs of blue. Okay. Yeah, let me know what the weather's doing where you guys are. So I know that the lovely Lena, she often lets me know what it's doing, and she lives in Arctic Norway. Oh my goodness. I mean, if I think it's cold, I know I've said this before, but honestly, I mean, she must just laugh when she hears me say how freezing it is, because sometimes she has the most crazy temperatures going. I mean, at this time of year, I don't really know, you know, I'm not great with the whole temperatures around the world, so I don't know if anywhere really much is in its throes of like midwinter. So I don't really know, kind of, you know, is this midwinter for anywhere? I don't know. I mean, I know Australia have like their winter during our summer. I don't know whether this time now they're like out of that and they're maybe like in spring now. I don't know. So yeah, let me know if you are, well, hey, if you're in Australia, I mean, let me know. Are you in spring? Is this your springtime? I'm just really shocking at, yeah, just being like really rubbish with what's going on, you know, seasons wise elsewhere. I'm never too sure what season it is anywhere else, to be honest. So, yeah, let me know. I mean, do you have a kind of like, you know, spring and sort of autumn and things, or does it just very quickly go from like winter to summer? You know, I don't know, kind of like, are your temperatures actually, you know, they never get that cold in the winter anyway, and so, you know, you're very quickly back into summer. I don't know. Right, so I've just done that one, and I will just glue down perhaps one more, just, you know, I didn't do all my cutting, which I said I was going to do, but just to sort of demonstrate really this. Like that, okay. Right. Okie dokie. And then this one. Okay. There we go. Just trim this one down on the side. There we go. Oh, this one I'd obviously mucked up both of the sides, so they both needed a bit of trimming. Right, okay, so I will have to finish the other couple off, or few off after the video, because I've now run out of time. And we do always like to do a decorating one up, don't we, after the you know, the bulk making. So we have actually completed these 4, which, I mean, they all look quite pretty, don't they, and all quite different. So let's just see what I've got laying around. Okay, so I've had a look around. I've got some butterflies here, and I've got my fussy cut steampunk collection shapes. So yeah, might use some of these. I've also got some of my frames for my pink posies. So let's have a look. Oh, I've also got some of these from my butterfly cabinet collection. Let's just have a look and see. Oh, not sure now. They all look so pretty that it's a bit of a quandary to decide what to do. Let me move these completely out of the way. Oops. Yeah, maybe something like that. I mean, I could even put that on the back. It's a little bit strange, you know, but or I could have a bit of this in the background. So just a bit of sort of scripty text in the background. Oh, I could have had it that way round from the Blossom Blush even. Or maybe this would be better. So let's just tear this one down. Okay. Oops. Now, do I want this in the back, or do I want it over the, you know, over here? Oh, I think I'm going to put it over there. Right. Okay, let's ink these up a little bit. Okay. I'm finally beginning to warm up. Honestly, I mean, it's only taken about an hour. And it's just crazy, isn't it? I think that's what happens is when you get really cold, or for me anyway, when I get really cold, it then just takes ages for me to warm back up. So I obviously got really cold like this morning when I went to the gym. And yeah, I've come back home and now just it's taken me right till now to actually warm back up, which is pretty rubbish, to be honest. Okay. So, yep, not making a good job of putting that one down. Okay, oh gosh, now I've like dabbed ink all over here. Okay. That's okay, that gets covered up by that, but I will just quickly ink around the edge of the pocket. Like that, okay. Just going to put this in here so that I can just go, you know, around those little edges there. And again on that side of it. Then maybe even in here. Whoops. Just off that little edge. Oh my goodness, isn't that a gorgeous pocket? They're the most lovely papers, I have to say. Right, okay, had to just stop again. Oh, this is just annoying because I had several things that I was going to be filming this morning. And now, of course, the likelihood of being able to do that is pretty slim. You know, because it's just then, yeah, it's not really worth it, to be honest, having to stop the filming every 2 seconds. Better off waiting till I've not got my cold coming out. Okay. Do we like that with a bit of lace on there? Or do we think the lace is kind of, you know, would the lace be better even somewhere else? What was I going to put up there? Did I think? I've even got this girl. I don't know whether she's going to be suitable, but let's just tear her out and see. So she's just from my little Victorian Beauties, but let's just, I mean, I'm just grabbing anything that's laying around, really. Let's just see. I mean, I know she's, you know, it's a completely different theme, obviously, to the hot air balloon, which is a bit strange, but I mean, she doesn't look bad. I don't know whether she looks great, if I'm truthful. Let me see whether maybe a butterfly instead. So these are just my bright butterflies. Maybe this. Oh, do you know, since I've said, oh, I'm beginning to warm up, I now suddenly feel a bit chilly again. Feels like there's suddenly a draft coming from somewhere. I don't know where, but yeah. Probably just my imagination, but okay. Okay. Okey-dokey. I'm not sure how good that lace looks right at the back there. It's a bit weird. I mean, that being said, I do always love lace. So I'm going to just put the hot air balloon down, I think, because, you know, I definitely want that on here. So let's just glue around here. Like that. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Like that. And what if we had a bit of bling instead? Oh, hold on, I've got some other fussy cut pieces here. Oh, I have got a couple of bows. I mean, that's not the right colour, I do realise that, but... Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? I mean, I know that's sort of, you know, sort of the wrong colour, but there's something quite pretty about that, I think. No, not that. I was thinking this would look really good, but I actually prefer the green bow, weirdly enough. Yeah, I'm going to do that, I think. So, because I'm going to glue the lace down with it, I'm just going to use hot glue. And then that's just going to act as a sort of anchor for the lace. There we go. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? Which goes to show, doesn't it? Sometimes when you go for the least expected, you know, the least predictable things is when you get the nicest results. Because I would never in a million years have thought to put that like that, but it looks great, doesn't it? Really pretty. So let's just check out. So you've got your pocket in the front. If I just pretend this is a journal card. Oops. You've got your pocket here. Oops. There. Like that. And you've got your pocket there, like that. And then you've also got this back section, which, of course, if you just glued this down on 3 sides, you would have it as a top loading pocket. You could also glue it kind of, you know, 3 sides that way. You'd have it as a side pocket, or, you know, you could even just glue it on 2 sides and have it just as a tuck spot. So multiple different ways that you could use it, but aren't they just lovely pockets? Like I say, completely not my idea. They are from Rach and Bella Crafts. I will try and remember to link her video. And yeah, so we have made 1, 2, 3, whoops, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, 11. Obviously, I've got a lot more work to do with these. They didn't get finished off, but I will finish them off, you know, after the video. And yeah, so, I mean, they're pretty quick and easy, aren't they? You know, the fact we've made 11 is pretty good. So, yeah, I hope that you like them and have fun if you decide to make a couple. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and for joining me. I will try and get this uploaded in a minute, because you may have noticed as well last week, my mass making video, again, it had gone up very late because I had that same problem where I'd uploaded it, you know, in the early evening and it just did not upload. So when I got up in the morning, lo and behold, although I'd scheduled it to sort of publish, it was still pending. It still hadn't uploaded at all. So I do apologise for that. I will try and get this uploading in a moment, and then hopefully it will definitely be up there. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic few days, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.